Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about how to be strong enough to walk away from an ex. So it can be really difficult to walk away from an ex, obviously, okay? And the reason why that is because you spend so much time with them and perhaps you were the one that got dumped, so you feel horrible, right? You wish things were different, okay? And sometimes we can hold on to the past too long, right? And I've definitely seen that in my own sort of life. Sometimes we do cling on to past experiences. It doesn't even have to be with exes, but we do cling on to the past a bit. We kind of look back on the past with nostalgia, especially our childhood, and we kind of wish we could go back to those days. And sometimes it can feel that way about an ex. You know, the relationship's ended, and you look back on that time and think about what a wonderful time you had. You look back usually at the good things and you don't really tend to dwell on the bad, especially if this is someone that you want back. And, you know, by doing that, it kind of keeps you stuck a little bit and it kind of keeps you in the past. So it can be difficult to walk away from an ex when you've had such history with them and you have such an emotional connection to them and an emotional investment in them because you spent a lot of time with them, right? And if you didn't want the breakup to end, and perhaps you were the one that got dumped, then probably more so, right? And usually as well, when you get dumped or you go through a breakup, it knocks your self-esteem. It knocks your self-esteem. And because that happens, it makes you feel really low and it makes you want to get back to a place where you felt more confident and you felt more good about yourself. And usually that is when you was with your ex, or at least some portions of that time when you were with your ex. So it can be very difficult to walk away. So what place do you need to get to then in order to walk away? So the biggest place is you have to get to a place where you're fed up, right? Mentally, you're fed up of dwelling on them, of wanting them back, and perhaps a lot of time has gone by, and you're just fed up. Because usually what I've seen when it comes to when people change their lives, they either do it through desperation or perspiration, right? So generally most of the time it's through desperation because they're just sick of it, right? But then again, there's a lot of people who change their lives just through pure perseverance and just wanting to change and just doing it, right? Doing the work. So you need to get to a place where you're either desperate for your life to change and to get over them, or you do the work internally and you perspirate, basically. You might not actually have to physically, get sweaty or anything like that, but you see my point. You have to do the work to get over them. And sometimes that is, from doing physical activities. Sometimes that's from, writing down in a journal, getting over it, or you get a therapist and you talk through it with your therapist. That's another form of perspiration, right? Basically, when you're, trying to fix things within yourself internally. It's just a metaphor, right? So that's what you need to do. You need to get to a place where you're fed up, right? Where you're desperate to change, okay? And a lot of people who are watching this may not be there yet. You may not be there yet when you're actually at that point where you're really ready and willing to change and to get over it, right? So you may not be there yet, and if you're not there yet, it's okay that you're not there yet. But what I would recommend to help you is to stop engaging in content about how to get your ex back and things like that, and no contact rule, things like that. I know it's kind of counterintuitive for me to say something like that because a lot of my videos are based on that, but it's important that you don't watch content that is keeping you stuck, okay? Or reading articles, or looking on Reddit on how to get your ex back and things like that. You need to avoid that completely. Instead, watch content about moving on. Watch some of my dating advice videos or someone else's dating advice videos. Talk about dating and look into information about dating, because that's about your future, right? It's about finding someone new and getting better at dating, and it may encourage you to get some dating apps. So just switch up what you're consuming, right, first as well. Okay, so switch that up. Because if you're reading a lot of things or you're watching a lot of things about the no contact rule and how to get your ex back, then that's keeping you stuck in place, okay? because it's what your mind is filled of. If you're always listening to and watching to videos and reading things about that topic, you're going to be thinking about it all the time. So you want to be switching up your content and putting your focus and attention on other things, or things that are going to make you move forward, like dating advice videos, or perhaps other videos that may interest you that have got nothing to do with getting an ex back. Okay? So another thing that may help as well is you've got to believe. You got to believe that there's someone out there better than your ex, okay? Because a lot of the reasons why people stay stuck with their ex is because they have this internal fear, right? And that's what it is. It's just fear that they're not going to find anyone better than their ex. I used to believe that, and I was the one who did the breaking up, right? I broke up with my ex, and I thought, well, I'm not going to find anyone as good looking as her. I'm not going to find anyone who's going to love me as much as her. And then I met my wife, and my whole paradigm changed on that. And I was like, whoa, I can't believe that someone could love me this much, right? It kind of like opened up a new doorway that I didn't even realize was there. It kind of opened up new places in my heart that I didn't even know was there. It opened up new places in my mind that I didn't know was there. It opened up a whole new paradigm that I had no idea could even possibly exist, right? A complete paradigm shift, okay? And that's what it was like meeting my wife and meeting someone who loved me so much. And it was incredible, basically. And you got to realize, you got to hope that one day you will also meet a person who is way better than your ex, who can love you way more and care about you way more than your ex. And when you do, you will also have that paradigm shift, and you'll look back on how you felt about your ex and think, I can't believe that I thought that I could never find someone better than my ex, when it was so clear that there are other people out there, or I could meet this new person and they've just smashed all of my expectations on how I could be loved, right? And how much someone could love me. Okay? That is out there for you. It really is. Okay? You just got to look for it. Okay, and you just got to have hope and believe that you can find that. Because a lot of people have a scarcity mindset and they think, I'm never going to find anyone better than my ex, and that's just how it is, right? But it's not true. It's not true. There are too many people on the planet for that to be true. There's just way too many possibilities. There's just way too many men, way too many women, too many people in your age bracket that kind of thing. You can find someone better than your ex. Trust me, you can. Believe it. Because it's true. It's true. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You just got to look for it. You got to persevere, okay, in finding it. You got to keep on dating until you find that person, okay? Because I can only guarantee it for you that you'll find someone better than your ex if you keep on dating, if you keep on meeting new people. Okay, that's the only way to do it. You can't just expect them to show up at your doorstep. You have to put yourself out there. You have to get the dating apps with the websites, or go to places where you find like-minded people like yourself. Because you don't have to just meet people online, although it is a very efficient way of doing it these days. But you can think, okay, where can I meet new people? Where can I meet new people? Okay, so I like ghost tours. Maybe you like ghost tours. I'm going to go on a ghost tour. Maybe I'll get chatting to some of the people while we wait for the tour to start. Or I like museums, I'm going to go there. Or I like comic books, I'm going to go to a Comic-Con convention, right? And I'm going to meet people there, I'm going to talk to people there. So find out what are you interested in, and then go to events and places where those activities are happening. Like perhaps you're a runner and you like going on marathons, right? Then, go to a marathon and start chatting to people before the race starts, right? Now, going to these things, you may not meet someone right away, but you may make some new friends and things like that. And then who knows, maybe you will meet someone as well, right? Eventually, if you keep on doing it, if you keep on going to places, if you keep on meeting up with people, okay? And if you see someone across the crowd who you think it looks really totally amazing, go up to them, approach them, say, hey, this is a bit random, but I think you're really cute. I would like to have your phone number if that's okay. And then, see if they like you, then they'll give it to you, okay? And if they're in a relationship, they'll just say, no, sorry, I'm married, or I'm in a relationship. And you'll be like, well, that's fine. Have a nice day. Take it as a compliment, and then you walk away. That's all you need to do, okay? Which I know is it's a lot easier said than done, okay? Don't worry, I'm aware of that. But if you can do it, you're going to feel amazing that you tried. Even if you don't get the number, you're still going to feel amazing that you tried, okay? So another thing that can really help is have other things going on in your life that is just not, that is not just your ex, okay? Because I know a lot of your headspace, if you miss someone and you want someone back, can be about your ex, right? You think about it so much, right? You can think about them all the time, right? But you've got to have other things that you're focusing on. You've got to have some goals for yourself, right? You've got to have, probably perhaps some money goals, some career goals, an exercise goal, things like that, things that you can really work towards, and you can do every single day. You've got to have that. You really got to have that. Okay, there's no excuse for not having that. Okay, you've got to have those things. Okay, it's going to help you keep moving forward, and it's going to help you take your mind off of your ex. Okay, if you have all these other things going on in your life, right? And it's also a good idea to, if you're over it, if it's been a long time and you are a little bit over your ex and you feel like enough time has passed on, then, date as well, because that will also keep your mind off of it, okay? But you've got to make sure that you've healed and you've gotten over it. And the way that you know that is if your feelings feel less intense, okay? So if you're kind of okay now and you feel, a bit neutral, feel a bit neutral towards your ex, even if sometimes it still kind of stings a bit, you're probably in the right place, right? Because you can still look back on the past and have regrets and things like that. But because everyone has those things with exes, with all sorts of things in life. So that's okay. It's normal to have that. It's normal to have regrets and to sometimes dwell on the past a little bit. But if the feelings aren't as intense, you're probably there. You're probably ready to start dating again, okay? So with that, though, it's important that you have other things going on in your life that you're working towards, okay? You've got to have some goals for yourself, and your life cannot just be about your ex and, that's how you spend your free time, just thinking about your ex, watching videos about, getting your ex back and things like that. You've got to spend it a lot more wisely, and stop doing things that are more like indulging into your ex, indulging into thoughts of your ex. You have to have other things that you're working towards. Exercise is crucial. You've really got to exercise. You've really got to work out. Now, before you make any changes to your exercise regime, then please talk to your GP or the medical professional that you speak to a lot. Talk to them about it before you do any big changes, or get a personal trainer and talk to them about it, something like that. But working out, exercise is really, really going to help you feel good. That's kind of non-negotiable. You have to exercise. You have to work out, okay? That's going to make you feel really, really good about yourself. Even if it's just something simple like taking a walk for half an hour or an hour a day. Okay, do something. Do get your body moving, okay? So that's how you can get yourself strong. That's how you can build yourself up to help be able to walk away from that ex finally, forever, right? And if you do those things, it's going to be so much more easier to walk away from your ex, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Bye.